Hi, I'm Darren and welcome to New Factory Classics. Today we're going to break down 500 days of summer. Day 488. The two are holding hands overlooking the city, and what I can imagine will only be a truly peaceful love story has just begun. Day 1. Tom sees Summer at work and immediately falls in love. Day 296. Tom is super depressed, so his friends call his sister, who gives sage advice. She may only be 11, but she's the smartest one out of the group. Like 5 years ago when he was dumped when she was 6, but she still lifted him up with Maya Angelou quotes. Tom tells the group that he's surprised Summer broke up with him and he just didn't see it coming. He thought things were great, but she told him, "What are you talking about? We fight all the time." Also, at their breakup dinner, they were having pancakes and water with no syrup or butter, which is frankly an affront to God. Day 1. Tom works at a greeting card company writing love cards. He's been searching for love his entire life, and he's hoping to find it sometime soon. In walks Summer, and his whole world freezes. Every man that has interacted with Summer her whole life has immediately fallen in love with her, sold her things cheaper, bought anything that she was there to sell. They see her, and they fall in love. Summer is a cliche manic pixie dream girl, something that I am so glad no longer exists in movies. Day 3. Tom's coworker tells him to avoid Summer. She's an uppity bee. Day 4. Summer hears the music that Tom is listening to, and she says she loves his taste in music. Tom immediately forgets what his friend said, and he instantly falls in love with her. Day 8. Tom makes a move on Summer at a work party. He's hoping the booze will help open her up to love, or at least a sexual harassment complaint. She asks him if he always wanted to write greeting cards. He tells her he went to school for architecture, but it just never worked out and he needed a paycheck. Day 154. While hanging out with his friends, Tom tells them that he's in love with Summer, a totally chill thing to say when you're hanging out and just having coffee. Day 11. Tom confesses to his 10-year-old sister about how much he's in love with this new girl at work. She offers him some sage advice to take things slow and not to fall in love too quickly. Frankly, when I was 10, all I ever wanted to talk about was Power Rangers. Day 22. Tom tells his friends that he just can't get with Summer. He tried talking to her. He said all the right things. He even passively at work played more music of that band that she liked. If that's not the most obvious way of asking someone out, Tom doesn't know anything better. It's almost as if Summer is a real person and not just a list of buttons that you push that makes her fall in love with you. Day 28. Tom goes to a karaoke bar on a Friday to get drunk and sing with his coworkers. Maybe he'll even let off a little steam. Just kidding, he's just here to try and get Summer to marry him. After she takes her turn singing, Tom falls somehow more in love with her. Tom's friend asks her why she's single. She says she doesn't want a boyfriend. Tom, she doesn't want a boyfriend. She doesn't want a boyfriend, Tom. Tom, she doesn't want a boyfriend. Relationships are messy. She doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. She's just happy being single. But screw all that. She just hasn't dated Tom yet. She's going to fall in love with Tom. Just let her date Tom and she'll be happy. She tells Tom she doesn't even believe in love. But that's a hard pill for Tom to swallow because he's already in love with her. Frankly, he's picking out the colors for their wedding. Tom tells Summer that he likes her, but just as a friend. Well, the amount of delusion and love that he has for this friend makes me not want to have Tom as one of my friends. That's weird. Day 33. While Tom is making copies in the copy room, Summer walks up to him and just starts making out. And then she leaves without saying a word. I'm sure that this is going to send Tom in a good direction. Day 282. Back to deep in their relationship. Tom and Summer are at IKEA, a place where they used to go and have a great time, but she's just not very into it. Which is super weird because 2 weeks from now when they break up, Tom is utterly surprised that she wasn't happy. Day 34. Tom and Summer go to IKEA for the first time and they have an absolute blast. They end up trying out all these different beds, trying out all these different kitchens. They are having a wonderful time and it makes for a great dichotomy for how their last trip to IKEA looked a scene earlier. While laying on one of the IKEA beds, she lets Tom know, looking him straight in the eyes, I am not looking for anything serious. Tom, not listening to her because he's picking out the flowers for their wedding, looks at her and says he understands. That night, Tom and Summer hook up for the first time. Just remember, Tom, keep it cool. She doesn't want anything serious. Day 35. Tom holds the world in his hands. He just had sex with the girl that he loves. She's falling in love with him. Everything is going to be perfect. They are going to have the perfect life together. Day 303. The world is horrible, life sucks, and Tom is in deep depression ever since Summer broke up with him. She just sent him an email about how excited she is for them to go back to being friends, but he's going to win her back. She obviously wants to be won back. Day 95. Tom and Summer are doing normal relationship stuff now that they've been dating for over 2 months. He takes her around town and shows her all the architecture in town, something that he really used to believe in before he started working at the greeting card company. They end their little trip around the town and they stop off at a bench overlooking the city, a place that he loves. It's his favorite place in the city, it's his favorite place in the world, and he wanted to take Summer, his favorite person in the world. Day 102. Summer takes Tom to her apartment for the first time. They may have been dating for over 2.5 months, but she's only ever gone to his house. He's so excited to be brought into her personal space, to look at her pictures, her drawings, her decorations. He's so enamored with her, he doesn't actually look around. There's a bunch of boxes. She's lived in town for over 100 days and hasn't unpacked. Summer lives her life with 1 foot in the boat and 1 foot out of the boat, Tom. But what does he care? He's in love with her, and she's in love with him. Nothing can go wrong. Day 118. Tom has to go speak with the smartest person he knows, his little sister. His friends called him out for not actually knowing what his relationship is. His sister agrees. He needs to go ask Summer, are they in a relationship, are they dating, or are they just friends? So Tom asks her, are they in a relationship? And she says she doesn't want to define it. They're happy. Aren't you happy, Tom? Tom does agree that he's happy, but what he doesn't realize is you can't marry just happy. Day 259. Summer and Tom are at a bar getting drunk, and a bro walks up and tries to hit on Summer. Tom tries to fight the guy when the guy insults Summer's boyfriend. Summer's mad for Tom getting into a fight at the bar, but she's also a little more mad that guy had defined Tom as her boyfriend. Tom is furious at her. They make out, they sleep at each other's houses, they go everywhere together, they have sex with each other. This is not what you do normally with friends, which I agree with because all of my friends are bald and they couldn't wear cute bows like Summer. Later on that night, Summer comes back to his apartment and apologizes for fighting. He wants to be boyfriend and girlfriend, she wants to stop fighting. Looks like they've solved that issue. Day 191. Tom and Summer just having a normal date and enjoying the movies. Day 319. Tom goes to the movies alone and he's frankly miserable without Summer. Day 321. Tom is called into his boss's office. His love letters suck. He's been making fun of love. These are not the kind of cards people are going to want to buy, Tom. If you're going to be depressed and morose all the time, you should start writing sympathy cards. Also, shout out to his boss, for on his death he will bring the Avengers together. Day 167. The world is perfect. Tom's doing so well at his job that he helps everyone else out with their jobs. Day 322. Tom is absolutely losing it. He has to repeat to himself how much he hates Summer and how much life sucks, and he just screams and he hates everything about life. Day 345. Tom gets set up on a blind date with a girl. His friends need him to move on from Summer. The entire date he complains to the girl about how horrible Summer is, but also how amazing Summer was and how he wishes they were back together. The girl listens to his story and calls him out because Summer told him at the beginning she didn't want a relationship. Day 402. Tom is finally moving on. In fact, he's going to a friend's wedding. He's taking a train there and hopefully he'll meet a girl to help him move on. And there is a girl on the train. It's Summer. She knew the same coworker too. She wants to go to the wedding with Tom. So they get coffee on the train and Tom instantly starts falling back in love with her. Maybe he can get her to go back into some sort of situationship again. They dance all night at the wedding and even ride the train home together. She falls asleep on his shoulder. She even invited him to a party next weekend at her apartment. It's time for him to start writing his vows again. Day 409. The next weekend, Tom shows up at Summer's apartment. He gives her the book that he was reading on the train that she found interesting. He plans on dancing with her, kissing her, and making her fall in love with him. Instead, he gets annoyed the fact that she's being a nice hostess to everyone that came to her party. So he gets really drunk and starts complaining. While leering at her in the corner, he sees that she has an engagement ring on. He loses his crap and runs out of the party. Day 441. Tom begins skipping work all the time, getting drunk, barely putting on clothes, and just looking like a complete slob. Tom even quits his job at the greeting card company. There's no such thing as love. They shouldn't be writing about love. There is no love in Tom's life. Day 450. Tom's sister has some final sage advice for him in the movie. He needs to replay a lot of his relationship with Summer in his mind and really look at it. See if she was happy the whole time. See if things were actually great the whole time. So Tom does that, and he rethinks his entire relationship with Summer. Things were great. Things were horrible. She was good. He was good. She was bad. He was bad. They were both real people. She wasn't his dream girl like he thought she was. So Tom finally takes the manic pixie dream girl off the pedestal that he had her on their whole relationship and sets her down right next to him as a person, because that's what Summer was, a real person, a flawed person, just like Tom. Days 456 through 476. Tom finally gets his act together and starts working on becoming an architect, going to interviews for becoming an architect, and just working on plans himself. Summer marries the love of her life, not just a person that was in love with the idea of her, but someone that she loved herself. Day 488. Tom fails an interview and decides to go to his favorite bench on the hill overlooking the city, and there he runs into a newly married Summer. Tom asks her how she could marry someone so quickly when she couldn't even be his girlfriend, and she let him know that one day when she was with the new man, it became so clear that she loved him and she wanted to be with him, something that was never clear with Tom. Tom had tried to force a square peg into a round hole for over 300 days just because the girl was pretty and quirky. And while Tom tries to say that she was right, that love and destiny are fake, she said, "No, Tom, you were right. I did find my love and I did find my destiny. It just wasn't you." Day 500. Tom is about to have an interview for an architecture position when he runs into a beautiful woman vying for the same job. They end up talking for a bit and they have so much in common. He walks away realizing that destiny isn't real and he doesn't need to pursue another woman right now. But he ends up getting some courage and he asks her out on a date. Welcome, Tom, to day 1 of autumn. And now I have seen it, so you don't have to. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.